I'm going to stay in flow with the PowerPoint, and then I'm going to keep coming back onto the chat. So if anything comes up for you, you don't understand something, you're like, what are you going on about? We can have a conversation about it. And if anyone wants to come on live and like speak, then you're more than welcome. If you've got the time, like I've got all night. So, right, so welcome to your abundant reset. So, just to start with, right, so have your journals, be really sitting with this. So manifestation is not about what you want. So we all know that, don't we? Like, we all know manifestation isn't about what we want, it's about who I am. But it's not just that. It isn't actually just about who you are. It's about what you're willing to do, right, to go out there and get it. But also, just to add to that, it's also about what you're willing to walk away from, what you're willing to give up. Like, what are you willing to sacrifice? Like, my journey of getting me to where I am today come with a lot of letting go, a lot of walking away, a lot of sacrificing, a lot of change, especially in my identity. So that's what I really want to take you through in tonight's session, because your state of being and your identity is what will get you to your next level. It's not that strategy, it's not that business coach, it's not doing that reel or begging it on TikTok to go viral. It's none of that. It's who you believe yourself to be and what you are willing to do to go out there and get it. So I want you to just be writing these things down, because this next week before our next session, so this is part 1 tonight. Part 2, this is all going to play into. So I want, between now and our next session, I want you to be sitting with all of this. So be writing shit down. So how are you making it happen? Like, you need to have the awareness around, what do I want and what do I need to be doing to get myself to there? What's the blocks, the fears? Where are you running from yourself? Like, that's a big one, girls, the way that we think that we're doing stuff right, which is for our best interest, to get us to where we need to be. But when you are able to really pull the energy in and sit with yourself, and this is the importance of constantly sitting with you. Like, you are the coach, you need to be coaching yourself. I know that you're in this membership and you've all got me, of course. You've all got me. And then we have coaches, we have mentors, we have people we follow on Instagram, we have people that we can go to for advice. Be very mindful of who you're going to for advice, especially. I'm actually going to go into all of that. But sometimes when we don't take the time to sit with ourselves and ask ourselves the questions, we start doing things that are out of alignment. We start going off the focus timeline and we start drifting over there. We have to be the ones to pull us back in, to catch ourselves in it. So write that down. Where am I running from myself? Where are you breaking promises? Where are you saying that you're going to do something and then you just don't do it? Because this will massively impact your level of safety with you. This is about nothing outside of yourself here. This is like the way that I hold promises to myself, right, has had the biggest impact on my feminine. Because your self-discipline, your self-accountability, being a woman of your word is your healthy masculine. We need the healthy masculine energy to be able to bring in the feminine. That's where she feels safe. But if you're someone who's constantly making promises and then not following through, you're constantly going back on your word, you've got no level of discipline, you're doing things out of alignment, you're not living in integrity, you're not living on the focus timeline, like tunnel vision on what you want from this life. You outsource your energy, you lose track, you're scatty, you're chaotic, you're up and down. Can you feel how unsafe you feel with you? when you allow those low vibrational energies to run the whole show. So keeping your word to you, like, that's a big value for me. Like, I keep my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. I stand by me. I don't let myself down. Because too many other people let you down. Why would you then go ahead and let yourself down? You're the only person that you can fully rely on. So be that person, like, have that connection with you, and it changes everything. I'm not just talking about your bank account, I'm talking about everything. The relationship that you're calling in, how you parent your children, how you run your household, the way that you show up in your business, every single aspect of your life. Like, I remember when I first started all of this work, and I was obsessed with Jim Rohn. Is anyone onto him? I feel like no one's onto him, but you need to get onto him, you know. Like, I love him. I'm not as obsessed with him now. I might start getting obsessed with him again, actually. But I got obsessed with him and Tony Robbins, and I'm back on Tony Robbins at the minute. Like, I've fell back in love with him. But anyway, and Jim Rohn, I'll never forget, like, he used to preach about, don't study your business. Don't study what you're doing for a living. Don't go all in on that. Study you. Go all in on you. Because that's where you make a life. You're not here to just create a living. You're not here to just make money. You're not here to just have a successful business and have followers and all of the things. You're here to live a life. So go all in on you. Go all in on your connection to you. Get to know you. And if all of them things that I've written there, about the blocks, the fears, the running from yourself, outsourcing your happiness, protecting your shadows, looking away, not wanting to be with yourself, allowing your wounds to play out and run the whole show, like allowing your inner child to run the show, lying to yourself, just where you're not living in your truth. Like, study what's behind that. Ask the deeper questions. Why am I like that? Why do I lie to myself? Why do I say that I'm going to do something, but then I don't follow through with it? Who is that? Whose voice is that? And you'll find that most of the time, it's the old us. It's the old you calling you back. Because you're safe in that identity where you didn't have to do those things. But now you're saying that you want a different life. Now you're saying that you want more. So that's going to take changing and letting go and not doing the same things that you've always done. So I just want you to sit with that for a minute here. And really feel into, do you know what? Let's do a journaling session because it's alive. Right, get your journals out. I want you to sit with where you do feel into all of that, right? That list in front of you. And ask the question why. And just feel into what comes up for you. Like, what is it? And just be honest. Like, be honest and truthful with yourself. Because it's safe to. No sound? What do you mean? Can everyone hear me? Don't tell me that I've just been talking all that time and no one can hear me. Somebody help me. Can you hear me? Is it just Amanda? Amanda, you might have to go off and come back on. I can hear you, yeah. Thought it might just be Amanda because I thought, surely to God, the rest of you will be like, what the hell? Right, everyone can hear me. Right. Oh, fuck. It's just gone off now. But yeah, I want you to sit with that. Something else that, like, I always felt into. Like I say, like, when I got back from Hungary, right, I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent here. So let me just come away from the PowerPoint for a minute, because this message wants to come through me. So let's just feel into this, right? Because when I'm writing the chat box, like anything that's coming through for you, but when I came back from Hungary, I started feeling into like the version of me who I was when all of this started for me, like how I got into my personal development journey. And like I say, like I got obsessed with people like Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins. And it really was this want inside of me. This want for more. Like this burning desire, like I don't want to stay where I'm at. And there's this thing, right? There's this thing where you really have to sit with your belief system and what you believe to be true and question it. Because whose beliefs are there? Like what you believe about yourself, when you go into it deeper, and this is like, you know, the power of meditation, really letting yourself go there, because it's not a superficial question to ask. But whose voice is that? Like whose belief is that when you hold yourself back, when you feel like you can't go all in? There's a saying that I love, which is never underestimate the man. Well, let's call it the woman, but the quote is a man, of course. Right, never underestimate the woman who overestimates herself. Because when you go into something where you have that like mindset of like, I'm just going to make this happen, like I am. That's a belief system. Like that's your belief system in that moment of wanting to make it happen. And then the second part that comes through for me with that quote, when I feel into that quote of overestimating yourself, and I do overestimate myself in everything that I do. I've just built myself now through doing this work, just this work that I teach all of you, to just not playing small with it. Like if I'm in. Fuck it. And I do have that mindset with everything that I do. The second thing that comes to me when I feel into that energy is like, how serious do you take yourself? Because how serious you take yourself is how serious the world will take you. Like that matters. I want you to write that down. Like, how serious do I actually take myself? Because if you're out here umming and ahhing, oh, I've just created this course and I'm going to put it out there, but it probably won't sell. Probably people won't really buy it. People aren't really into it. I'm going to put that video out there like, oh, look, I've not even got any likes on it. I knew that wouldn't do well. I knew nobody would share it. I knew checking your website, no one's bought the course. I knew it. I knew no one would buy that course. Of course you did. Because that's how powerful you are. You are the manifester. You are the creator. And your thoughts and your belief systems and your state of being is the energy behind it all. That's why I say I have a belief that your business and your success is 95% energetics, 5% strategy. What does the strategy mean? If you're riddled in self-doubt, if you've got low self-worth, if you don't even know who you are, if you don't take yourself serious, if you don't walk in those rooms with an energy that you know who you are. And you don't need people outside of you to validate that. So really feel into where you are in your life, in your business, in your relationship, whatever. And the energy that you hold. And then just ask why. Why do we do that? Right, one sec. Why is that doing that now? Wait. I've got loads of comments. Wait. Right, the sound's fine. Oh, funny. I just have no idea. Okay. I'm going to help you with that, Kimberly. Right, everyone can hear me. But I've had really bad feedback off my family today about my videos, how I'm too godly and too spiritual, like really horrible, and it's actually made me question myself. Oh, thank you, teacher. Thank you for showing me that. Thank you for reflecting back to me where I'm not grounded and anchored in and I'm losing myself in you. Why'd you care? Ask yourself that. Why do I care what my family say about my videos? Who cares? What part of you cares? What's it bringing up? Do you feel rejected? Do you feel misunderstood? Do you feel unlovable? Because here's the thing, when you start doing what nobody else is doing, you're going to start standing out and people aren't going to understand it. People aren't going to get it. And then what happens is, when you start being the real you start sharing your truth on your videos, and you just don't hold back and you just don't give a fuck. And you're just authentic and you're real and your light's just shining, you are going to trigger the fuck out of people. Because who do you think you are? Who do you think you are, living that life and shining that bright and being all the things that I wish I could be? Who do you think you are? I don't like that. So I'm going to dim you. So I'm going to say this and I'm going to feel that. And I'm going to do whatever I need to do to bring you down. And sometimes it's not in words, you know. They don't even talk it. They say, oh my God, amazing. Loved your video today. Oh my God, your business is smashing it, isn't it? I'm so happy for you. And my nervous system's like, oh my God, what's this feeling? And all I can feel is all this jealousy and this envy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not taking that on. That isn't mine. You'll get it most from your family. I'm actually going through something myself right now, this week, with family. And I need to be careful what I say, really, because this is going on the internet. I had a conversation with someone and we had a different view on something. This was on Friday night, so 2 nights ago, in my home. We had a different view on something, which is fine. It's fine. I don't want to be around people who think and feel the same as me. I love those conversations where you're like, yeah, I don't really see it from that point of view. Like, I see it from this. And I'm like, oh yeah, let me see if I can see it from that point of view. And then I'll try. And I'm like, oh no, I don't see it like that. And that's okay. And it started getting a little bit heated. And I started bringing in about Jesus on the cross and him dying for us and blah blah blah, and I can't explain the trigger of her nervous system and how the energy just instantly changed. And she was like, well, not everyone needs to go to church. I was like, do you know, if you gave church a chance, all of this that's coming up for you now, I believe you'll be able to heal. And it was really interesting to me how offended she got when I started speaking about Jesus. And she believes in Jesus, by the way. It's my sister. We were brought up to believe in Jesus. We've both been baptised. We've been church. Like, she doesn't go to church now and whatever. So she believes in Jesus. But then when I started speaking about him, everything changed. And I really caught myself in it. And it was a real moment. You know what it was? It was a test to see everything that I was learning and going through in Hungary, it was like God was like, okay, we're gonna see if that was real or if you're just full of shit. And you just go back into the little girl and the people pleasing and, oh, just be convenient. And I never. And I stood in it and I stayed in it and I held me own in it because it was me truth. And when it comes to truth, it's not about what's right and wrong. It's irrelevant. It's just your truth. And that's her truth. And just because her truth isn't my truth doesn't make her wrong, and vice versa. But it's my truth and I stand by me. And if I've got something to say, like a video to do, or content to put out, or whatever you're doing, if it's me truth, I'm going to stand by that. So sometimes your family will just mirror back to you how easy you just self-abandon. How easy you just shrink yourself, you just shut yourself down. How easy you go back into the little girl. My sister is the only person who can do it to me. Right now in my life, I mean, I'm sure God's got more planned for me, especially my next relationship that's coming in. But right now, my sister will do that so quick, which is amazing. Give me more of that. Come here, you. I want more of that medicine. She's the only person who can trigger me like that. She's the only person who can put me back into that little girl state where I just want to be quiet and I just want to go dead small and I just want to shut up and I want to be invisible. The only person in my life that I feel like that around. There's me work. Come here. And that's what happened the other night. So I could have, once the conversation started getting a little bit heated, I didn't need to bring Jesus into it. I could have shut it down. I could have been like, oh, let's change the subjects. That's what old me would have done. And I never stayed in it. And then I just started speaking about Jesus, and I don't know where that come from, but it came through. And then the trigger got more, and then it was like, okay. And it's just about being the witness of that and just noticing how you feel. So I would sit with and do some reflection around what was said, what feelings came up for you, and what's the truth in it. And this is with a knowing that this is how you're going to have to live the rest of your life, because a lot of people aren't going to like what you've got to say when you shine in a real light. They're not going to like it. It's the law of polarity. The amount of people that do like it, the same amount will not like it. Your job is just staying here. I don't give a fuck. I'm not saying it for people to like it, and I'm not saying it for people not to like it. Either one is irrelevant. I like it. It's my truth, so I'm going to say it. And if people like it, amazing. But it doesn't validate me. It doesn't mean anything to me. It's not what people clapping for me and, oh, Catherine, it's amazing. No. It's nice that it's resonated for you, and if it's helped you, like, that's God shit, that's on him. But I'm saying it because it's my truth. And it's what's on my heart, and I believe it's what God wants me to say. So definitely sit with that. Wish I could blow my own trumpet. Amy, you make me laugh, you know. And how people that know me are asking my brother if I'm okay or gone loopy. Yeah, you've gone loopy. If going loopy means that I don't have to fit in with all of you and have to be in this weird matrix world, then yeah, I've lost the fucking plot. Just own it. Just own this version of you. I get that, so I really isolate myself now. Yeah, so make sure that you have the balance with that, because I was out of balance with the isolation to the point that I was avoiding. So I started avoiding being around my family. I started avoiding being around my sister. I was avoiding the work. So having the balance of, yeah, being the isolation and have the time with you, but the real work is being able to be around those people and not losing yourself and staying centered whilst you're around them, staying regulated whilst you're around them. And then it comes with a choice then. So it's like, I can be around my mum and my sister now. I can be around them and not lose myself and not get triggered and have a regulated nervous system. But sometimes I'm just not feeling it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not in the mood to be around these today. So I'll respectfully decline the offer of going for a walk or going for a coffee or whatever. So it's that unconditional love for those people in your life, but with boundaries. I fucking love a boundary. I love a boundary. But it's the balance of, am I not being around this person because I don't want to do the work? Or do I just not feel like being around them today? I'm not in the mood to be around them. Because that's okay. So like my sister coming to mine and she's not being in, we've not done that in about a year. And a part of me was like, no, I'm not putting myself in that situation. And then the other part of me was like, avoidance. Oh, you're going to avoid the work, are you? And I was like, I'm not avoiding the work. And I sat with myself, I was like, Catherine, you're avoiding the work. And that's what I was trying to do. And I actually had a big shift from that situation that we had together. And I would have missed out on that shift if I didn't listen to myself. And this is the importance of being able to listen to yourself. I trigger people just walking in a room. Yeah, Leanne, we know. Oh, funny. Yeah, I feel that, and I post my videos even when I'm at my lowest. If it helps, Amanda, if it's like affecting your energy, your family watching your videos, you can just mute them. Like, go on Instagram and you can mute your family from being able to access your stories. Like, I think that's a really good tool to use. My family watch my stuff, but they don't ever say anything to me, so I just let them. Like, my mum's never said anything to me, really. So I've never really had that confrontation with my family over my content, but that's the beauty of social media, it's yours. I get to choose who watches me shit. Oh, I don't like you, block, delete, bye, done. The energy's dealt with, it no longer exists. Or if you don't want to block them because that's a bit like, fucking hell, love, just mute them from your story. I have tried church inspired by you. I've actually been going for months now, but still very much struggling. I love that. I love that. And it's okay. Like, you are where you are. You're doing the work, and sometimes the work is struggle. I had a call in to go to church in February and I love it. I've never missed. I'm now part of the team in the coffee shop. I look forward to Sundays so much. I fucking love that. I've called people out recently on their lies and they would say I'm wrong and call me a psycho. Yeah, then the truth comes out and I was right. They would rather block me instead of acknowledging I was right and onto their bullshit. I walked into my mum's tonight and it was her and my sister. I sat down, I didn't want to sit in their energy, so I left straight away. Yeah, and that's just a boundary. Like, I've done that. I do it all the time with my mum. I can tolerate my mum's energy for so long, but it depends on where she is in her life. So if, like, she's been drinking and stuff, boundaries up. Not available. Respectfully, just not available. And that's okay. Like, having boundaries with your family is really important, girls. Like, really, really important. I think sometimes we get a little bit lost in, oh, but that's my mum and that's my sister, and yeah, it is. And I'm not saying, like, not to love them and, like, to hate them or anything. Absolutely fucking not. It's unconditional love with boundaries. And it's checking in with you, like, where am I at in my life? Have I got time for this? Have I got the energy for this? Do I want this? And just ask your body, and sometimes you don't, you just want to be on your own. So let me go back onto the PowerPoint, because why did it cut me off? I hope to God this is recording. It is. Oh, shit myself then. Okay, so the next part of the PowerPoint. So they're just some things to sit and journal on. It's just questions to ask yourself. Questions that we don't think to ask. So the next one is like, I'm just so big on action. I'm so big on action. I love an action taker, because you can't build a new life whilst you're choosing, because it's a choice. Everything's a choice. Like, regardless of where you are, it's always a choice, and you're choosing to stay loyal as fuck to your old life, the old you. It's like in that moment with my sister, I could have been loyal to the old me, and the old me would just go quiet and turn on that people pleaser, like turn that right up, like, how can I please you? How can I stop triggering you? How can I deflect this and make you feel better? But that's self-abandonment. What about me? So that's what I mean when I say sometimes we stay loyal to our old patterns, our old ways of being, our old identities, the old us. And in that moment, you've got to catch yourself and be like, no, I don't do that anymore. That isn't me. So the next thing that I written there was, like, a big thing is, what are you willing to sacrifice for this life that you want, for this new version of you, for this dream that you're going after? Like, what are you willing to walk away from? What are you willing to turn your back on? What in your life is coming up for you right now that isn't serving you, and you know that you need to cut it? Whether it's just that example then what Amanda gave, that a family are calling her out on her videos, well, you need to cut that energy and not make them available to your videos anymore. Like, that would set you free from a lot in your life, wouldn't it? So what situations or circumstances are you playing into right now in your life where that's just playing out on autopilot? What level, write this down, write all of these down, because this is what I want you to sit with before our next session together. What level are you willing to show up with? Like, are you willing to do what it takes? And what is that? Next question is a big one. Who are you willing and prepared to walk the fuck away from? Who is the person that comes up for you right now in your energy, right? That you know is holding you back, that you know, right, brings out the old you. So I recently released somebody, right, and I didn't really see her much, but I've been friends with her since, like, Keegan was a baby, and we would meet up now and again just for like a walk or a coffee. And I recently started to notice how, this was like a few months ago, how when I was with this person, I would fall back into old habits and the old me. I'd feel like I was coming back into the old me. And then I was like, when I had to sit and reflect on it, which was difficult for me because I'd rather just avoid it and just crack on and be like, it is what it is. But when I had to really sit with it and allow myself to sit with it, can only be the old me. Because the new me, which is the real me, this version of me right now, we don't have anything to talk about. The fuck was that? Oh my God, a feather has just dropped on the floor. Like, and where would that have come from? Oh my God, how fucking weird is that? What did I say? What did I say then? That was weird, that. freaked me out a bit, you know, like where would that have came from though? But yeah, it's always like, well, this version of me, we haven't got anything in common. There's nothing to talk about. Like, there's not really much reason to be around each other because we live completely different lives. We don't think the same, we don't feel the same, we have different morals and values and completely different lives. So what was happening was when I was with her, I'd have to go back into my old life in order to be with her. And the energy that kept coming up and the old habit that I really hate, like, and I'm going to use the word hate because I really hate it, is gossiping. I fucking hate being around people where we gossip. I do not like that energy. I think it's fucking awful. I think it's a very, 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 very low frequency. And I don't like being around people where that energy comes up and we start gossiping. Oh, what about her? And have you seen her? I hate it. So when I was with this person, that's what we was doing because that's all we've ever done and that's all we ever know and that's what our friendship ever was. That and drinking alcohol. She actually doesn't drink anymore. She stopped drinking a few years ago and I don't drink. So that was a plus thing in our friendship because the two of us didn't drink together. But that's the only energy that was alive for us when we was together. So I had to make a really hard decision to be like, I just can't be around this person anymore because it doesn't bring value to my life. It takes from me. And anything that takes from me and doesn't add value to my life, to who I am, to where I'm going, to my growth, to my expansion, it's gotta go. Because I'm asking for that life. A life of truth. A life of freedom, a life of authenticity, a life of leading from my heart space, a life of being me. Well, okay, I love that you're doing that, Catherine, but why do you keep going back to the old life then? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to walk away from? Who? Might be a family member. Might be a family member that brings out that in you. Like, luckily for me with my sister, even though we have different views and opinions on stuff, we have a lot in common because she's the mother of my nieces. And she's the auntie to my son. So we have so when we talk about the children and we make family plans, the energy's sky high. So I feed off that. But if I was around her and we were just gossiping and talking shit, I would choose like not to continue with that friendship because the friendship with my sister because it's taken from me. So it's just about getting honest, you know, girls, like it is. It's just about getting honest. Oh, loads of comments. Girls, she's a chatty tonight. I just don't know what to do. Career-wise, I feel stuck on action. Right, see what comes up for you in this session, Kim. But there's a session inside in the membership around finding your purpose. And there's also a meditation around it as well. So go and do that inside of your portal. I take action, but I also procrastinate at the same time. Yeah, so it's like, you know what that is? What I call that? You're negotiating with yourself. So you're either taking action or you're procrastinating. The action part needs to be a non-negotiable. This is what I'm doing. No ifs or buts. This is getting done. Whether it's a video, whether it's bringing a book out, whether it's that piece of content, whatever it is, it's treating it as a non-negotiable. That's what I do with action. My ex, because although I feel nothing for him, I've got to communicate for my daughter and I'm polite regardless. But he's not, and finger points. He's never taken any accountability. He's always been right about everything. And I find myself over explaining. Thank you, teacher. Why are you over explaining? Why are you overextending your energy for someone who's not polite and points the finger and doesn't take accountability and thinks he's right about everything? Protect your energy there. Set your boundaries. It's not about the child. I've got nothing to say. That's how I had to be with my son's dad. I mean, he was only in his life for a few years, but I had just strong boundaries of like, I've got nothing to say. So just check in with yourself and pull your energy back. Like, when you find yourself over explaining, sit with that. Like, why are you doing that? I told you you have spirit attached to you. Oh, that feather was mad, wasn't it? I was talking about my friend that I recently released, and her mum died last year, and I was thinking, is that her fucking mum? Thinking, I wasn't talking bad about her. I've got nothing bad to say, but like, fucking Jesus. The new you didn't have anything to talk about. Yeah. I feel like that with some people, I've just nothing to say because you have elevated and changed, yeah. So, I didn't even finish that slide, did I? I went off on a tangent. You know how I do. So, next question. How are you going to create this brand new life for yourself? So this is just a question that I want you to sit with this next week. Meditate on it. Feel into it. What comes up for you? What is it going to take from you? Who do you need to become every single day? 9. Oh my god, we've been on here nearly 90 minutes and you winding me up. Yeah, it's back on, right? Oh, fuck off. Sorry. Right, so what I was saying was, before technology started fucking with me, this thing that I'm going to teach you tonight, right, I done it in January, and honestly, you're going to love it. This is going to help you, Kim, with what you were saying there, where you don't know your next steps, right? This will help you. So, when you think of, right, that life, don't think about the life. Think about who you need to be, the version of you that you need to be right now in this life to have that life. And it all comes down to 3 things. Like, this is what I believe. Because when I look back at how I transitioned from that life into this life, I'm like, what was it? Well, it was my daily habit, massive. Which, your morning routine. Like, your morning routine is the most important thing ever. That sets your whole vibration for your whole day. So your habits, your thoughts, which are your beliefs, which are just running on autopilot. So doing that, like at the start when we done that grounding meditation, being the thinker of your thoughts, separating you from your thoughts. Whose is this thought? What? I don't think I belong in that room. What? I can't stand on a stage. What? I can't put that book out there, or I can't be on camera, or I can't put that reel out there. Whose is that a voice? Where's that coming from? Because that ain't me. And sit with it. Listen to it. And then rewire it. I don't want to think that thought. It's not serving me. It doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't light me up. It doesn't empower me. So I'm going to choose not to think it. That's how easy it is. In that moment, I'm not thinking this. Change the thought. And do that every single day. Moment after moment. Experience after experience. Every person, every situation, everything. Catch yourself in the thought. This isn't mine. It doesn't make me feel good in my body. I'm going to choose a different thought. And then the 3rd thing, so your habits, your thoughts, your identity. They're the 3 things that will completely transform your life. Nothing to... What is happening? Have I been cut off? Tell me if I'm still here. For fuck's sake. Oh, I'm still here. Thank the Lord. So, who is she? If you don't know where you're going, or what you want, or how the universe, God create... Why is my phone linked to my laptop anyway? It's still on. So, who is she? If you don't know where you're going, what you want, how God, universe, source, whatever can serve you, how can you manifest? Because you need clarity. You need to know exactly what it is. So what is it that you're really asking for? And just get honest. Just go inwards and get honest. Like, what is the dream, the desire, the want? Because you say that you want it, but do you really want it? Like, do you really want it? Because, again, it's not about what you want. It's about what you're willing to do to go out there and get it. Because that's the vibration that God will respond to. Like, literally, though. So it's about taking the action every single day. So this task that I'm going to take you through now, right, that I done in January, right, you're going to love it. You know, it's a proper dead good task. Oh yeah, right, so this, right, screenshot this. Because, I mean, go on your phone, get your phone out and just take a picture of that slide, because all those questions I want you to sit with this week. So when taking an honest look at your life as you know it to be right now, what are you holding on to that just doesn't serve you? Sit with it, meditate on it. That's one question that I want you to just meditate on, that one. Then I want you to go deeper. I want you to think about the area of your life where you don't have boundaries. Where do you need to boundary up? Then I want you to go even deeper. Where do you lack self-discipline? Where do you play small? Where do you hold back? Where do you try to blend in? Where do you try to be liked? Where do you seek validation? Where do you try to be understood? Who are these people? Bring them all up. Like, this is such a nice meditation to do and to sit with, and it can like take you by surprise, you know, and you're like, fuck, where did he come from? Why am I bothered what he thinks of me? Like, that's what happens. I went through it like last year or the year before last year when I started my YouTube channel and started like wanting to talk and get honest and stuff. I had this underlying energy of me ex watching my videos, so I kept holding myself back thinking, I can't say that because I don't want to offend him, and that's a bit too personal for the internet, and what if this and what, and now I just don't give a fuck. But it was holding me back. So that meditation is so good to sit with and then ask, what am I holding on to? What's preventing me from letting go and just going all in? Like, ask the questions. Like, I'm a big believer, and I think I am where I am in my life. Like, the quality of the questions that you ask is the quality of the life that you live. I like asking deeper questions. Like, when I'm working with somebody, or I'm in a container, or I'm working with a coach, or I'm in a room, I don't ask superficial questions. Like, I really feel into the question. Like, I want the deeper answers. Do you know what I mean? So ask the deeper questions. And if I was to say to you right now, whatever it is that you want in terms of creating your dream life, what fear comes up for you? Do you feel worthy? Do you feel deserving, enough, confident? Can you handle it? That's a big one. Like, you think you want it, but can your nervous system hold it? It's like you want the 20k months in your business. But what would that come with? Because then you've got to start declaring your tax. That was massive for me. Like, imagine me, right? I built my business up, right? Oh, I'm a bit dodgy. Like, well, not now. I'm quite legit now, but I was a bit dodgy. But I was just cash only, right? And I was doing aesthetics. And I was just cash. And then I went to a car dealership to get a car on finance, right? And he ended up being a good friend. I don't speak to him anymore, but he ended up being a big part of my journey. Like, he taught me a lot, to be honest. He was a businessman, and he knew his shit, but like dodgy shit, do you know what I mean? He's the one who got me accountant. But he said to me, he was like, right, your credit score's shit. Yeah, you've got the cash, because I was paying a cash deposit for the car. But like, as far as the bank's concerned, you're broke. Like, you don't have money going through your bank. And he was like, yeah, cash is nice, but if you want the big things in life, like the house and the car and all of the shit, and you want the bank to help you out with it, then you need to be putting your money in the bank. So imagine my nervous system at that point in my business when I had to start letting clients pay into my bank instead of pay cash. My business, for about 2 months, because I was doing the money mindset work, but for about 2 months, my business decreased by 50%, I'd say. So I went from like 10k cash months, and then as soon as it started going through the bank, the clients started slowing down, the money stopped coming in, and it started going to about 5k, and I was like, wow. And I had to do the mindset work, the programming, the nervous system work, because I was terrified of the tax man. I had to do a lot of money around the tax man. I'm still fucking terrified of the tax man, but my nervous system couldn't hold it. So every time a client was paying into my bank account, I'd have this underlying energy of fear. Like, oh my God, am I earning too much? And now I need to start, like, I was, when I had to start paying VAT in my business, I had the biggest breakdown. I wanted to decline clients because I didn't want to pay VAT. And I worked with a coach, and she worked me through it. Like, she done the money mindset with me around it. But my nervous system just didn't feel safe in it. So these are the questions that I want you to be asking. Like, what, it's all well and good saying what you want, but what can you hold? What do you feel safe receiving? This is the feminine. Can she receive? And do you believe, like, at a core level, that you're deserving of living that life? Because that's massive. A lot of us say that we want it, but we don't feel worthy of it. So, like I say, take a picture of that and sit with all of those questions this week. Don't just journal. Meditate. You don't even have to journal. Ask the question and meditate on it. That's what I do. And then later on I'll have a journal, because you all know I fucking love a journal. But my go-to with questions and answers is stillness and silence. I love a good meditation in silence, and I'll just sit there and I'm like, okay. Like, for instance, ask the question, where do you play small? Where do you hold back? Where do you blend in? So you're in meditation and you're like, I don't play small. I don't hold back. I don't try and blend in. Oh, really? So why was you going to do that video and then you didn't do it? Why was you going to talk about that thing and then you pulled back? That day when you needed that uncomfortable conversation with your mum, why did you just go silent and avoid her all day? That's what happens in meditation. You meet yourself. You start having a conversation with yourself. You argue with yourself. I argue with myself all the time. I'm like, I never walked away from my mum. I'll have the conversation. What? My ego. And then I'm like, oh, my inner child just didn't feel safe in that moment. I just wanted my mum to love me, but she wasn't showing me any love, so I just got in my car and went home. And then I sit with her, and I sit with my inner child, and I'm like, okay, let this come up. Let's sit with this. Like, what does that mean? So what, your mum didn't show love in that moment? Does that mean that you're unlovable? Does that mean that nobody's going to love you? Does that mean that you're not good enough? Does that mean that you can't run a business, that you can't stand on stage, that you can't bring a book out, that you can't be an author, that you can't travel the world on book tours and be this and that? Is that what that means? Because your mum didn't show you love in that moment. And I'm like, oh, hello, belief system. Where did you come from? Didn't need anything outside of myself. I needed me. I needed to sit with me. I needed to listen to me. This is what I'm preaching to all of you all the time, and I just can't stop preaching. But be with you. You are the answers. You are the power. You are everything. But you've got to create the time and the space, and you have the willingness to listen. Like, we ask the questions, and then we're like, oh, what am I going to have for my dinner? Oh my God, I need to do the dishwasher. Oh, did I ring that person back? Oh, I need to get on my emails. And we're just chaotic in the mind. So just really implement meditation in your life. Getting to know yourself. How do I think? How do I feel? How do I show up? Whose are these beliefs? What am I making this mean about me? That's what I ask all the time. Like, when things happen in my life, I ask, what am I making this mean about me? Does this mean that I'm not enough? Does this mean that I'm not worthy? Does this mean that I'm not lovable? And then you sit with it and you stay in it and you don't leave yourself and you don't abandon yourself and you don't try and get out of it because you want to be all the way over there. No, I'm here and I'm going to face this head on. Right, these past few times I've meditated, I'm not getting things coming up like I used to. Your mind's probably too busy. Stay in it longer. Like, literally just stay in it longer. Get out in nature. Like, sometimes when I feel blocked, I can go into a meditation and I'm a little bit blocked. My go-to for that, right, if you're asking a question, is that what you're saying? You're asking a question and it's not coming through in meditation? Fast. It's my go-to. I have bigger releases and downloads and clarity and experiences through fasting than I do from plant medicine. I'm not sure that people believe me about that. I'm not really bothered, but I do, because I've done plant medicine for years. And when I fast, especially when I hold space, I am so clear and I've never not got answers. So nature and fasting is my go-to if you feel blocked in meditation. I can't be still for long. I can't even watch TV. I haven't got an attention span. I got something else going on as well. I think ADHD, not diagnosed. Meditation will change your life. Meditate, 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 meditate. I'm going to have a go at fasting. Yeah, definitely do. Do you not fast, Amanda? I thought you did. Right, so, might sound a bit contradictory here, girls. Like, call me out if you want, but you know how I feel about ChatGPT. I fucking hate it. Well, I don't hate it, right? I actually don't hate it. I hate people who use it instead of listening to themselves, because that's what everyone's doing, and it just, like, I just don't understand the logic behind it. But this prompt, right, on ChatGPT, honestly, is so good. Oh my god, it's so good. So like I said, I've done this in January. So you're going to type in, right, you're going to type this in, right, in ChatGPT. Give me a detailed description of my dream life. And then you're going to type in the description of your dream life. So like you've already got it, like the woman that you're destined to be. This is your ultimate dream life. So type in like say if you're 35 now, like me, type in, I'm a 37-year-old woman. I'm married to the man of my dreams. If you want more kids, type that in. What house are you living in? What do you do for a living? Think about everything. What car do you drive? What does your day-to-day look like? How much time do you spend around your family? Like, type it all in. And just feel into it. It can be any time frame. It can be 2 years, 5 years. Whatever comes up for you, type it in. Like this, and I'm talking your ultimate dream life here, girls. So not just, I hold space at the local community centre and 20 women book on and I'm so happy. No. I travel the world helping thousands of women worldwide. I use my voice, I speak my truth, I share my wisdom with the world. That's what you're going to type in. Play big. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. Like, act as if this is you speaking to God. What has God got planned for your life? Who's the man? Like, what gifts is he using through you? Like, think of it all. And then you're going to go even deeper with it. And you're going to ask it, after it's written, it'll give you a big story, right? It's so good. It'll give you this big story describing your house, the car on the drive. It'll be like you wake up in the morning and your husband is next to you, like proper gives you a detailed description of your life. Moment to moment, like you walk down your stairs, you walk along the heated glass flooring. That's what mine said. I was like, oh, heated glass flooring. Yeah, it just everything. It's so good. Like you stood at the window watching a sunset, and your husband walks into the room. Like, it gives you such a story. When you read it, you might get emotional. I written about being pregnant with a little girl. So it told me a story of being on the balcony in my home, because I want a balcony where I can meditate, and you're watching the sunrise, and I said that I lived in a converted barn on land, and you've got all this land in front of you. You stood on the balcony and you're with your husband, and he puts his hands on your bump. So you're just in it as you're reading it. It actually will make you emotional, but you need to really be honest about what it is that you want. Own what you want. And then it'll take you through a description of what you do for a living and what impact you have and where you go and do you travel and you've got a flight at 8 p.m. and all of this. It's fucking mad, honestly. And then once it's written that out for you, right, go even deeper and write, now give me a day in the life of her. So then it will give you a detailed description of what she does, what food she eats, where she works out, like how she treats her body, how she speaks, like where she goes, like all of it. It will give you a detailed description from when you wake up until when you go to bed. And then your job is to feel into the now and figure out how you can live as close to that version of you every single day. So what's your consumption? Like, is it gonna say, which it's not, like, yeah, she just sits on the couch watching Netflix with a glass of wine? No, it's not gonna say that. Eating shit and feeling like shit, and she's procrastinating, and really she should be writing that book that she's been wanting to write for years, but she's not doing that. She's sat on the couch watching Netflix. No. It's gonna tell you exactly how you live your life to be able to be in that frequency with that version of you, to be driving that car, to be living in that house, to have that freedom. So mine said about like working like 2 hours a day and owning a multi-million-pound company, but having staff for me who run everything. And then I just show up to lives like this because that's my dream. That's what I want to do. I want staff. I want a team of people who do all the other shit, and then all I have to do is just sit down in front of the camera and just share my voice. That's the life that I want. Or walk onto a stage, grab the mic and share my voice. Or go on book tours and meet people that's been set up by my team and share my voice. Do you understand what I mean? So like, I'm not doing all the tech stuff, viewing the venues, having to sort all the payments out, like none of that. It's not the life that I live. I'm a multi-million-pound business owner and I don't do anything other than share my voice. So then it's about your habits, your identity, who you are, the action that you need to take. Action is massive. We can't just sit and visualise and meditate and wish and want. It's never going to come. Like, what's the action that you're taking in order for you to live that life? So I want you all to do that, and then what you need to do is, because it'll just go, won't it? I just copied it. So copy the whole thing and save it in your notes, right? And then I just written it out in my journal, and I added some bits, I took away some bits, I made it like what I wanted it to be. And then I went through a process for 30 days, right? Playing a piece of music. I'll put it in the chat for us. It's just music of a high frequency and it's got no words, right? And I used to just read the journal entry, right? And then something else, because I'm really big on listening to my own voice. It's something that I've done for years and years. So there's a, you know what, I'm going to teach us this in part 2. I've actually written it for part 2. I'm going to teach you what I do in terms of recording, and then when I'm on my walks in nature, I listen to the recordings, and it's like a higher version of me talking to this version of me. So I'm going to teach us that in part 2 next week. I cannot believe that it's 20 to 10. It's nearly 2 hours into this session. Like, why does time just fly on these sessions? So, girls, that is the end of part 1, is it? Yeah, the last slide. But then I did write this out as well, that you could take a picture of and write out in your journal if you wanted to. Like, this is just like things that you could read, more like little affirmations. Trust over fear, faith over fear. You have to believe it before you receive it. You have to become her before you are her. You have to have it and feel it inside before you have it physically in your life. Limitation is a creation of the mind. The energy that you hold is the driving force behind everything that you do, everything that you are, and everything that you wish to become. Mic drop. I started listening to my voice recordings when I was in Canada. It's so weird, yet it gave me energy. It gave me that oomph. I swear by it. I started doing that when I literally, where was I even living? Probably just moved in my mum's house and was in that little box room. And I started doing it, right, because I was in a relationship at the time. It's like a dead toxic relationship. It was mad. And I wasn't journaling because I wasn't into all of this. I wasn't on my journey at this point. And I started things was happening with him, and I started talking to myself through it. Like, I was like, what was I doing? It was like I was just talking myself through it. Like, you know, like you'd speak to a friend, you'd ring your best friend, and you'd be like, oh my God, he's done this, he's done that. Like, I feel like this, I feel like that. Well, I didn't have a best friend. I didn't have anyone. I was just on my own. I just had a social worker, but I couldn't ring her all the time. She never had a phone on, and she wouldn't let me anywhere. But so I used to do that with the voice recordings, and I got a lot from it. And then it just moved into, as my life was getting more positive, I'd start talking about that. And then I'd start storytelling, and then I started bringing in my higher self, and then I started setting goals and talking about what would it be like if I accomplished them goals. And then that's how it created. And then now it's just something that I do all the time. Like, I'm really big on listening to my own voice. I'm really big on being in meditation and channeling a higher part of myself and receiving a message from her, and then delivering it to myself, recording it, and then listening to it as and when I need to. I'm going to teach us that next week, because there's also music that needs to go with it. I'll teach us the app and how to do it, and it's so easy. At first it might be a little bit weird for you because it's your own voice, but that's your work. It's the most powerful thing ever, listening to your own voice. I give myself a pep talk in the mirror. Yeah, I love mirror work. Honestly, I love mirror work. I couldn't listen back to my recordings. You could, you know, Kim. You could. You will. You're gonna be at part 2 next week. You just need to get into it, and you will. It's just consistency. Right, my darlings, I'm gonna love yous and leave yous because we've been on for 2 hours. So yeah, and I will see you all for part 2 next week, where we're gonna take it a little bit deeper. We're just going to go a little bit deeper with everything. Make sure to sit with those journal entries. I'm going to be teaching you another technique. I'll teach you the mirror work, and I'll teach you the voice recordings. Like, they're the 3 things that helped me massively with, you know what it was for me, girls? It was more self-worth at the start of my journey. So I want to teach you those 3 things, and then I've made a PowerPoint about some other bits and bobs.